You have to try this amazing AI tool, and it is completely free. Hello, my friends. How are you doing today? We're going to check out Stable Projector. Really nice tool, free. It runs with 1.5 SDXL and Flux, and you can install it like a software. Let's get started. So first of all, you want to go to the website of Stable Projector, and here you have the download installer that you can use, and it will install everything for you. So this is super simple to use. But also you can see there's a Discord server that you should absolutely join if you have any more questions about how to use that. And there's a link here for tutorials with extensive videos about how to use that, and I will highly suggest that you watch this intro video. It's 36 minutes long and it goes through all of the different functions, so you have the perfect starting point. But before you do that, let me give you some guidance on how to use this fantastic piece of software. So let's have a quick look at the UI. First of all, up here you have the positive and negative prompt, and then below that you can choose the model here. You can choose the VAE, although this should stay on automatic. Then you can also choose what you want to do in here, refine, upscale, the sample method, the steps, the CFG scale, the batch count and batch size, and also the width and height. And you can also set the seed, and you also have an in-painting function down here. Now, when you first install this, you might see that the Gen Art button here is grayed out. This has the reason that the control net model is not downloaded yet. So here on these buttons, you can see control nets. When you click on that, you see up here the first control net, you can use up to 3. And here, this is empty at first. So you want to click on that and it will download the models for you. It will download here, as you can see, a depth model for you. You can also use a normal model. And if you use the normal model, here on the right side, you can see the preparation, the pre-processing. So we have the depth map, but also the normal map. So of course, if you use the normal control net model, you want to use the normal map. In this case, we're using the depth map. Now here on the right side, you have your 3D model. You can, of course, load your own 3D model. And when you use your mouse wheel, you can zoom in and out. When you hold the mouse wheel, which is mouse button 3, you can move it around. And when you hold the Alt key on your keyboard and the left mouse button, you can rotate that object around. And when you want to render multiple perspectives at the same time, you can see here the number of cameras. So let's go up to 4, and below that you have a button to arrange the viewports. So you want to click on that and you can see this is arranging it for you. So I can zoom out here. Usually it is for all of the same perspective if you add the cameras and then you have to rotate them. As you see, I can just click on the individual models and I can move them around, I can rotate them, I can zoom them and make them as big as possible and try to cover the different areas of the model in here so that you get the most out of your rendering. So there is another specialty that you want to look at. So of course, for the perspectives, you want to have the front, the rear, and then both of the sides so that you cover a lot of the model at the same time. Okay. Now, the specialty here is when we go to the left side here, you have here the width and the height. Now, this is for the complete area of this rendering, which means if you render your 4 different views, you want to have 4 times the resolution in here. So let's say we set this to 1024 by 1024. This means that we have 512 pixels per image. That of course can be enough, but you can also go for a higher resolution if you want to. Now, when all of that is selected, let's move this actually a little bit over so none of these areas of the model overlap or stick out. And then you can click here on Gen Art and it's going to render this for you. And here we have the button for art where we can see the artworks that are going to be rendered. And as you can see, it is doing the full rendering process for me. Takes a little bit. You have a CMD window. Don't close that CMD window. That will show you the render progress. We can actually open this up. You can see here the time it takes for the rendering and some additional information about that. And when the rendering is done, up here you have a wireframe button. You click that and this will then hide the wireframe for you. And when I click here on this camera button, I can select just one of them as a preview. And of course, with holding Alt and my mouse, I can then rotate around the model. Of course, not everything is covered. For example, this part wasn't visible to the camera, so this isn't rendered yet. You have to render this in extra steps, and then you can do masking and blending between the different textures. And I can switch here between the different results that have been rendered for me. So that already is pretty amazing. You can see the front and the back, do they fit together? And you can decide if you like that or not. If you have selected that, which means you have this red frame around that, up here you also have this kind of NS button here, which means not selected. You click on that for the trash bin and you're basically deleting everything that you're not using. So now we only have this one here. Now, one thing I want to point out here to you is for the negative prompt, it makes a lot of sense to put variants, multiple choice, different colors, strong lightning with hard shadows with a strength of 1.2, and then some extra terms you want to have. The reason for that is, let's go back here to the 4 cameras and move this back here, is if you have these 4 different views, it might be that Stable Diffusion thinks that you want to have different variations inside of these views and also different color variations and things like that. So with that in the negative prompt, this is actually being suppressed. And as you can see, the 4 views from the back and the front look pretty similar from the style, from the design, from the materials, and so on. Of course, there's a lot more functions to make this a perfect texture for your object with the different projections, with the masking, the in-painting, the blending between the textures. And like I said, I highly suggest to you that you are watching this video here, goes 36 minutes, to check out all of the different features. This is a very good beginner video made by the creator of that tool. Leave a like if you love this tool, subscribe if you want to see more videos on that, and thank you for watching. Bye!